Did the rest work for Ja? Because it seemed like he had a lot of energy out there tonight. And what did you make of the dunk?
Yeah, he had a lot of energy tonight, so obviously took advantage. Got the soreness out, got rest. Had a good workout the other day, good workout this morning to come out. He had a pop to him for sure, and obviously a high level dunk, obviously a momentum play for us. He was huge for us tonight. I mean, 38 points, assists, rebounds. This is a tough game against the Spurs. They throw a lot of different looks out there. But he got to his spots when he does, and he plays at that level. It's really important to us.
Mike.
I mean, Taylor, just looking at Tyus's minutes tonight, and they were basically half of the last game. But what does it say about him? What does this say about him to have like this type of production, and when his minutes have been fluctuating the way that they have?
Yeah, I mean it's a credit to him. Obviously, stepping into the starter role last couple of games, finds a rhythm. Now he shifts back to coming off the bench. But I thought he had just great rhythm, especially in that first half. We played some one of those groups started the second quarter a longer stretch. We didn't really sub until like under the 5 minute mark because those guys were balling. I think we were down 6 at one point. They ended up taking a double digit lead. The ball movement, his play in particular, but it's a great trait to have. When you're shifting roles, starting, coming off the bench, 30 plus minutes, 17 minutes, but you go out there and you're still able to find your groove. Whether you're starting the game, you're coming in at the end of the first quarter and third quarter. That's really impressive. And Tyus has had enough experience of that where it doesn't phase him. He was huge for us tonight. He really helped spark that second unit. That group in particular really helped us in that second quarter.
Uh, Felt like at times the Spurs were able to test your defense. You'll watch the film, I'm sure, but is there anything that off the top of your head that you'll learn and be able to take away defensively from these last two games?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier said than done. Trying to put a game plan out on these guys. I mean, number one, we say they're relentless. It's hard to prepare for a team that's going to be nonstop for 48 minutes. How they cut without the ball, transition. 19 fast break points, a lot in the fourth quarter. After we may have missed a shot, but we had an opportunity to get back and get set. We score. They come right downhill. That's Trey Jones attacking. That's Kellen Johnson attacking. It's McDermott flying around. Richardson. Their bigs rim running. There was a big and one. I think in the fourth quarter or start of the third quarter. Just those are momentum plays that we got to clean up. And then they're just relentless getting to the paint. I mean, they scored 70 points in the paint, and that's something that we pride ourselves on. And it was one-on-one drives. It was our shift defense. It was our closeouts. They played to their strengths, and luckily we were able to survive. But, definitely something you don't see every single night, but something that we've got to learn from and get better, back-to-back games where I think we struggled in those areas.
Coach, the difference of the game was the second quarter. You guys made, I think, 6 in the first 4.5 minutes. What led to that great production in the second half to give you the second quarter? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I told the guys, didn't shake out that way in the second half, but I told the guys, like, we're just trading baskets with these guys. I mean, they scored 37 points in the first quarter. We just talked about how we just got to be better in our closeouts and our transition defense. We just got to find a way to put multiple stops together. I don't think once we got 3 stops in a row all game, but I think we may have gotten 2 stops in a row that just kind of just allowed us to get some momentum. When we're getting stops, we're all running, the ball's moving around. I think we had 10 assists in the second quarter, and a lot came from that group right there. So it was just kind of getting a few more stops. I mean, every time we play the Spurs the last 2 or 3 years, I mean, it comes down to the wire because no lead's safe. They're relentless, and it's because of that style of play that makes it really hard on us.
With their style of play, down the stretch, I want to say y'all had maybe like 3 straight possessions, right? 3 out of 5 where like y'all got a second chance opportunity with Steve-O, Jaren went to the line, and then Ja got his own miss. When you're playing against a team that kind of plays that relentless and plays, all 48 that hard, like you said, would you say that that stretch right there, those offensive rebounds were probably the defining aspect of crunch time for y'all there?
Yeah, for sure, because if we probably didn't convert those, they were probably going downhill, in transition and getting an easy score. It was kind of like the battle of second chance points. We had 30, they had 21. A lot came in that fourth quarter. Pirtle was second chance points. Even Trey Jones got one late in the fourth quarter. We just couldn't get our hands on the ball. But, luckily, when we missed, we were able to kind of, come up with those boards like you talked about. JJ a couple of times, Steve with a big one, Ja getting his own miss, shots that we liked. We were able to finally get it. Just unfortunately, we weren't able to get on the defensive end and make life a little bit easier for us.
What do you think you can do to get Dylan going offensively a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, just trusting the work that he's doing. He and I talked the other day. I love how hard he's playing, all stuff, the work he's putting in. He's getting good looks, whether it's the mid-range or going to the rim. He's just got to trust it. This happens, throughout the season. Guys go through this. Just keep recuperating, game to game. Just get your rest, all that stuff. Keep putting in the work. Watch the film. That's what he does. He'll break out of this for sure.
You're at the halfway point now, 41 games. Just what's your evaluation so far of the way the team has played this season?
I typically answer that, this time of year with just growth. Obviously I think the last couple of weeks have, kind of revealed a lot of areas for growth, mentality wise, scheme system wise that we got to clean up, our motion based offense, our disciplinedness on the defensive side, but just urgency coming out, whether it's the start of the first quarter, start of the third quarter. Sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. How do we put 48 minutes together? That's the beautiful part of an 82 game regular season journey. Midway mark, we're just going to keep putting in the work. As I said a couple of nights ago, this is a time where you can really take it as an opportunity to get better and have no excuses about fatigue and schedule and all that, which luckily I think our guys do. They come in every single day ready to improve and get better. May not always be the cleanest way every single night in the games, but we're working through that process. So continuing to grow. Still got a lot of games before the break. That's way off in the distant future. Got to take advantage of these 2 days and get ready for a really tough game on Saturday in Indiana.
All right, thank you, Taylor.
Great. Thanks, everyone.